Welcome into On Deck. I'm Tyler Redmond. As always, make sure to like this video, subscribe to this channel, hit the bell for notifications so you can stay up to date with everything going on in Braves country, and a lot to talk about in Braves country today. We will get to the hot topics after the recap, but first we got to talk about the Braves versus the Marlins last night. For the Braves, it would be Huáscar Ynoa taking the mound versus the Fish, and we haven't heard a lot about his condition since he last started. And in his last start, if you don't remember, he pitched spectacularly, but he also left the game with lower back tightness. Obviously, it wasn't that serious. He didn't miss very much time, but he would face Trevor Rogers, and both starting pitchers would be unable to have clean first innings. Ynoa would give up 3 in the first, and it had the making of being trouble for the Braves in this very important series. He would finish his day with 3 innings pitched, 5 hits given up, 3 earned runs, 1 walk, and 1 strikeout. All of those runs came in the first inning, which obviously didn't get this series off to a great start for the Braves. Now remember, it's important for the Braves to get the leverage in these early games in the series because games 3 and 4, they have to face Sixto Sanchez and Pablo Lopez, who has looked great in his last 2 starts, by the way. And that's no secret. The Braves know that. The offense got out there and they started scoring early. In the bottom of the first, they really helped out Ynoa here. They saw the 3 runs that the Marlins put on the board and put up 4 of their own. After a couple of leadoff walks, d'Arnaud reached on a swinging bunt, and that scored a run. Albies would single to drive in another, and then it would be Austin Riley who came up big with an opposite field single to drive in 2 to take the lead. 4-3 Braves in the first inning. What a crazy first inning, but it gets better. In the second inning, Ronald Acuna would add a big insurance run with a ground rule double, and that ball was smoked. I actually tweeted Grant McCauley because I had to know what the exit velo on it was. It left the bat at 101 miles per hour. It went over the left field wall and scored Dansby Swanson. That would make the score 5-3. The Marlins would pick up a run later in the 8th inning. Quiet throughout the game, though, and there would be trouble in the 9th for the Braves. Melanson was on the mound. Aguilar would lead off with a single. Harrison would come in to pitch run. Matt Joyce hit a ball that only had 1 play at first. It looked like he was going to move Harrison to second, a typical routine play. Joyce was out at first, but Harrison took off to third, and he almost made it. But a clutch heads-up play by MVP candidate Freddie Freeman to Dansby Swanson, who had the wherewithal to be at third base and make that tag on Harrison, would make it 2 outs in the 9th. Very exciting play in the 9th inning. With 2 outs, Mark Melanson would get a fly out to close it out. The Braves win 5-4. That makes their record 32-22. The magic number is 3 now to clinch the division. The Braves will finish the season with a winning record on the road. We already knew that, but last night also secured them the winning record at home. So obviously, great season for the Braves so far. Hopefully it will end with some postseason success. But it's not all good news in the ATL. Cole Hamels is officially done this year. The postseason hopes for the veteran are over. He has left shoulder fatigue after his 1 start this season. And I'd be lying to you if I told you that I wasn't excited for our rotation with getting him back for the postseason. For those of you wondering if there is a chance of him returning, no, there is not. Alex Anthopoulos has already been in contact with Major League Baseball to get him out of the 60-man player pool. However, I don't think Cole Hamels not being here drastically affects the Braves' chances. I think the Braves are going to wind up wherever they go, with or without Cole Hamels. I think that if this was Max Fried, I'd have a very different opinion because Max Fried is somebody we've depended on all year. Cole Hamels is not. Cole Hamels has had 1 start this year, 1 game out of 60. Yeah, now don't get me wrong, it's a blow. I understand that for the postseason. It's a blow on the starting pitching. But the starting rotation has not been the strength this year. The Braves have proven they can win with lack of starting pitching. They're going to have to do it in the postseason now. Hopefully that will be able to happen. But the strength of the Braves is the offense and, of course, the bullpen. It is not the starting rotation. It was not going to be the starting rotation with or without Cole Hamels. So you're going to have to win without him now. Now, that doesn't mean that the Braves aren't going to try to fill that void. They certainly are. You got to wonder what the Braves are thinking. Obviously, Alex Anthopoulos going to get him off of the 60-man player pool. They're going to bring somebody up. We're going to have to see who that's going to be. I think that if the Braves clinch versus the Marlins in the next couple of days, the series versus the Red Sox, you have nothing to lose. You've already clinched to go to a postseason. I think that series is going to be a tune-up series. Try anything you can find to gear up for the postseason, any kind of pitcher you can find. I think there are cases for both Mike Foltynewicz and Sean Newcomb to get a chance here. With nothing to lose, why not? Yes, that is still a possibility with the injured list rules. That is certainly still a possibility. We're going to have to wait and see. Obviously, I'm not saying that's going to happen. I still think it's unlikely, but I think there are certainly cases for those 2 guys. The first person to get that chance, though, is Bryce Wilson. He takes the mound tonight versus Jose Urena. Max Fried takes the mound tomorrow, taking on Sixto Sanchez. Ian Anderson takes the mound Thursday to take on Pablo Lopez. The Braves showed us last night there is still plenty to be excited about this year. Most importantly, the postseason coming up. It's looking like the Braves are going to take on the Cardinals in the first round of the playoffs. What I plan to do with that is whenever both teams, it's set in stone that they're facing each other, we're going to take a deep look into both teams and give you a matchup preview. That'll come out within the next week or so whenever it becomes official that these teams are playing each other. So to stay up to date with everything going on, you need to like this video, subscribe to this channel, hit the bell for notifications so you can stay up to date with everything going on here at On Deck. Make sure you hit the bell for notifications because Saturday, now this has changed, Saturday we have two things coming out. First, it will be an interview with Kevin McAlpin from 680 The Fan. Obviously, he's on the inside of everything going on with the Braves, so that will be a very fun interview. He'll be able to give you a postseason look ahead too. Also, we are dropping a live Q&A. This is a new thing that we're doing here at On Deck. We did one this past Saturday, did very well. You guys responded great, so make sure you tune into that. It will be at 1 p.m. That has now changed. It was 12 p.m., but it will be at 1 p.m. on Saturday. It will be here in the studio, and I will be answering your questions live right here at On Deck. So make sure you tune in then. But that's all I got for today. I appreciate you watching. Stay tuned for more right here at On Deck.